covering news where you live. This is 5 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Ellen Thalls. We're following 2 breaking news stories tonight. The first is out of Roland, where multiple police departments are responding to a high-speed chase. This is viewer video submitted to us of that chase. Stay with 5 News as more details are released. We've been following the standoff situation in Fort Smith, where police say a man held his wife hostage at gunpoint. Just moments ago, police were able to get the woman free. 5 News reporter Joe Ellison is live on the scene. Joe.
Now, Ellen, this all ended just about an hour ago, but it started just before 3 o'clock today when a SWAT team in the Sebastian County Sheriff's Department was called to this trailer home you see behind me on Bonanza Road, just off Highway 271 in Fort Smith, where investigators say that Jesse Gray was holding his wife, Misty Gray, hostage with a gun and a knife. Now, we spoke with the Sebastian County Sheriff just a little bit ago, and this is what he had to say about the negotiations going on inside that trailer.
It started shortly after we arrived. Once SWAT was able to set up a perimeter, negotiations was extremely tense, going back and forth early on. Both the suspect and his wife are in good condition. They're not injured, so they'll be transported to the Sebastian County Adult Detention Center.
Both of them, him and... Now, investigators say Jesse Gray came out of that trailer tonight holding his wife, Misty Gray, in front of him. Investigators say that he started to take a look around like he was going to run. That's whenever they tackled him. And Ellen, he is at the Sebastian County Jail tonight. In Fort Smith, Joe Ellison, 5 News.
Thanks, Joe. Stay with us as we continue to follow this developing story. Now let's toss it over to 5 News Sports' Heather Geller with a look at today's Razorback loss in Alabama. Heather.
Hey there, Ellen. The Hogs have not won in Tuscaloosa since 2003. Tonight, they were looking to change that after gaining their first SEC road win last week under Coach Bielema. The Arkansas defense came out strong in this one, holding Bama to a field goal on their first drive. And 2 big turnovers were key tonight. The second, the Hogs were able to capitalize on finally and add some points on the board with a touchdown pass from Brandon Allen to Greenwood native Drew Morgan. But Jay Coker finally put up a big play in the third on an 81-yard pass for a touchdown, and the Tide took the lead back 10-7. They'll march down and put up 17 more points in the fourth quarter. Hogs will score with 1:37 left to play, but it's not enough. They lose 27-14. I'll have highlights for you coming up at 10. Ellen.
Thanks, Heather. And developing news out of Greenwood, where police are investigating the death of a man shot while hunting. Deputies say a 911 call came in this morning from a man reporting another man had been injured while hunting. They say life-saving efforts were performed on the man at the scene but were unsuccessful. Both the Sebastian County Sheriff's Office and Arkansas Game and Fish are investigating the shooting. For the latest on the investigation, head to our website. That's 5newsonline.com. A deadly shooting in Barling late last night claims the lives of a mother and son. Police say when they visited the home before the shooting on O Street, everything appeared to be fine. But last night, a family member of the victims called police to report a man and woman had been hurt after being shot. Police are still currently investigating the shooting. A Lincoln man is arrested after police say he slammed a woman into a tree stump and choked her. The Washington County Sheriff's Office say Eddie Owens is facing a felony aggravated assault charge. Deputies say the incident happened Friday afternoon. They say the victim said Owens assaulted her after she refused to buy him a bus ticket to Alabama. She also told police that Owens said if he hit her with his full strength, he would kill her. Owens is currently being held on a $50,000 bond. And after some rain yesterday morning, it was a beautiful day. But how long will this last? Here's Sean with a first look at our forecast.
Yeah, we just got plenty of sunshine, really spoiled by all of that sunshine today. The good news is there's more on the way too as we go in towards the second half of the weekend. We are looking at a few clouds over Benton County right now. Overall though, clear sky is going to continue to steal the show over much of the rest of northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Current temperatures cooling down to right around 52 in Fayetteville, currently 60 in Fort Smith, mid-50s across Clarksville, Sallisaw, and Poteau, also 55 in Mena, currently 57 in Bentonville. Going through tomorrow, we're looking at a similar amount of sunshine. We'll start off a little bit cooler in the River Valley though. down into the mid-50s, warming all the way up into the mid-80s as we go in towards the afternoon. In northwest Arkansas, we could be waking up to a little bit of patchy fog, but that can clear out, and we're looking at temperatures to warm up to right around the low 80s, well above average for this time of year. We'll talk about how long this warm streak and sunny streak are going to last coming up in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Sean. Happening today, the city of Pea Ridge is hosting its 27th annual Mule Jump. Opening ceremonies kicked off this morning at 9 o'clock. Besides the Mule Jump competition, there will be an antique car and truck show and vendors selling food, drinks, and clothes. We spoke to the chairman of the Mule Jump on what makes this event so special.
This is an event that Pea Ridge is known for, and you know, if you're traveling and see a person with Pea Ridge Mule Jump shirt on, they were evidently at a Mule Jump. So it's pretty cool to go to Tennessee and see shirts in Tennessee and know, hey, you guys were at the Mule Jump, so it's good to see that. Tickets
to attend cost $5 for adults and $2 for kids. The event was held on Weston Street near Pea Ridge High School. Organizers say they estimate anywhere from 7,000 to 8,000 people were at the event. A youth football team in Farmington took time to honor the mother of one of the players after she was recently diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer. 5 News reporter Amy Slanchik has the story.
For the 6th graders from Farmington and Shiloh Christian Schools, a big game was ahead of them Saturday.
They're a really good team, tough team.
And aside from the usual school colors on the field, shades of pink were scattered everywhere.
I got pink on my wrist, pink socks, pink around my shoes. I got a lot of pink. We want to wear pink to support Miss Leanne Brown.
Football players wore initials on their jerseys and cheerleaders had pink bows in their hair.
Let me see you clap your hands.
All in support of Leanne Brown, mother of 2.
She is just fighting through it, and I'm so glad that she's able to come out and watch me play.
I love my mom because she's just this bundle of happiness.
A moment of silence at halftime came just before each player handed her a pink carnation.
Oh, it's just fantastic. It's just absolutely, they are so great, and I love this team. I love this Farmington family, and they are such a blessing to me and my whole family.
After halftime, Farmington finished strong.
Well, I know we all for sure really did play for Miss Leanne Brown, and she's a soldier out there, and we were trying to be like a soldier just like her, so I know she fights really hard, and we were trying to fight out there to beat Shiloh.
And they did, 18-12. In Farmington, Amy Slanchik.
Go Cards!
5 News.
Fans on both sides of the field took the time to donate money to the Brown family today. The Clinton House is celebrating the political couple's 40th wedding anniversary. Free admission was offered today between 8:30 and 4:30. You could also get a slice of wedding cake and have some drinks. The museum gave visitors an opportunity to sign a card they plan to send to the Clintons. The couple was married in the house's living room in October of 1975. Hundreds came out to Lake Fayetteville today for a half marathon, but this wasn't a typical run. Some of the participants were firefighters in full gear. Take a look.
It's tough. It gets heavy. You definitely hit a wall eventually. Last year it was about 10 miles. You kind of have to make the decision to either keep going or quit, and you got to keep going. You're already more than halfway done.
Justin Pianalto is a Fayetteville firefighter, and Saturday ran 13.1 miles in full gear, with his wife Sarah cheering him on.
It's really scary. It definitely makes me nervous, but it makes me very proud for sure. I love getting to see him do this.
Pianalto says the Heroes Half Marathon is a great way to see the local fire department doing something fun.
Every day they're working with the community, and it's nice for them to actually get out and not be out there saving them rather than just getting to know them and building a little bit of a relationship.
Around 300 people took part in the half marathon and the 1 mile run. Runner Taylor Amadon says he was willing to lace up for a good cause.
Kind of the opportunity to run and also give back a little bit to these guys. You know, the firefighters give so much, and kind of being able to go to the proceeds, local firefighters union, and just kind of get to run and support those heroes locally.
Proceeds from the event go to several local charities, 2 of those being the Public Education Foundation and Arkansas Special Olympics. Today in Bentonville, the Sam's Club National Barbecue Tour Championship brought in some mouth-watering dishes. The event was held at the Sam's Club office headquarters parking lot. 50 teams from around the country competed for a chance to win $50,000. Besides barbecue, country music singer Holly Williams held a concert from 1 to 2 this afternoon. She's the granddaughter of country legend Hank Williams. All teams participating in today's event had to win both local and regional tournaments before advancing to today's championship. And big news for cyclists living in Bentonville. The International Mountain Bicycling Association announced today it has selected Bentonville to host the 2016 World Summit. Mountain bikers from around the world will be in town next year from November 10th until the 12th. The IMBA says it chose Bentonville because of the commitment made by Northwest Arkansas to develop world-class biking trails. An Oklahoma teenager who was never supposed to walk or talk again is now speaking out about living with a traumatic brain injury by more than 2 years ago. Christian Mayberry was in an ATV crash in September of 2013 in Sequoyah County. Angela Gray, the mother of a new friend of Christian's, is accused of driving drunk and wrecking with a sober then 16-year-old Christian as her passenger. Court records say Gray left Christian unconscious in a ditch for more than 3 hours before calling for help. Christian says he remembers that night, but his traumatic brain injury makes thinking back hard.
Didn't use the brain. It makes me really dizzy.
A mistrial was declared after a jury said they were unable to reach a decision on whether or not Angela Gray left the scene of the accident. The prosecutor in that case says a retrial is expected soon. The death toll is nearing 100 after 2 suspected suicide bombers set off explosions just before a peace rally was scheduled to begin in Turkey today. Wendy Gillette reports.
Terror interrupted a traditional Turkish dance in Ankara Saturday. Hundreds ran in fear after 2 bombs went off almost simultaneously, about 50 meters apart. Many were still holding flags to be used in a peace rally that was about to start. More flags were left behind next to the carnage outside the capital city's main train station. Ambulances rushed to help the more than 300 victims who were hurt or killed in the bombings. Pro-Kurdish activists and opposition supporters were taking part in the rally organized by the country's Public Workers Union and other groups. It was scheduled just a few weeks before Turkey's general election on November 1st. The event was planned to call for greater democracy and an end to the violence between Kurdish rebels and the country's security forces, which has flared up since July. No one has taken responsibility for the attack.
Bu saldırının 2 canlı bomba tarafından gerçekleştirildi.
But Turkey's prime minister says Kurdish rebels or Islamic State militants may be behind the bombings. He called for a 3-day official mourning period for the victims. Wendy Gillette for CBS News.
245 people were also hurt in the attack. This is one of the deadliest attacks in Turkey's history.
So many great events going on this weekend. We're looking at a lot of sunshine, too. We'll talk about how long that's going to last.
And still ahead on your 5 News at 10, Dragon Boat teams were racing today along the Arkansas River in Fort Smith. We'll tell you why in just a moment. Plus, engineers from all across the country are in Colorado this weekend, all to see who can shoot a pumpkin the farthest. We'll have those stories and more when we return.
You're watching 5 News, the most watched local news at 10.
Well, it's beautiful weather across the area for all those events happening this weekend. Here's Sean with a full look of the forecast.
Yeah, the weather was so good out there. My dog got not 1, but 2 walks today, so she was definitely spoiled. We all were spoiled, though, by the amount of sunshine that we received today. It really didn't help us out too much in the temperature department, though. This afternoon, we only made it up to right around 75 in Fayetteville and Bentonville. Made it up closer to 80, though, in Fort Smith as well as Clarksville. 77 was our high temperature in Poto, and Mena came in with a reading right around 61 this afternoon. Current temperatures are cooling down pretty quickly thanks to those clear skies, though. Down to 60 in Rogers, but already down to the low 50s in Fayetteville. Currently close to 60 in Springdale as well as Salem Springs. 57 currently in Bentonville. Temperatures of 60 on the dot in Fort Smith. Mid-50s across much of the rest of the River Valley as well as eastern Oklahoma right now. The weather headlines, though, we're looking at a very cool night out there and clear skies. However, that could lead to some patchy fog, especially across northwest Arkansas as we go in towards tomorrow morning. That should clear out though, and we're looking at plenty of sunshine to warm us up. The sunshine going to continue through much of the rest of the 7-day forecast too. Taking a look at satellite and radar, we are seeing a band of cloud cover that's coming across Missouri and clipping portions of northwest Arkansas. Overall, I think most of the area will still remain mostly clear as we go throughout the rest of tonight. Taking a look at Futurecast for tomorrow morning, temperatures will be starting off in the mid-50s by 6 o'clock in the morning. We could be even lower than that too in the early morning hours, possibly even the upper 40s rather across northwest Arkansas. We rebound though pretty nicely thanks to all that sunshine. By noon, we're already into the mid-70s, and then we'll continue to warm up from there by about another 10 degrees. Into the afternoon, we should be getting up into the mid-80s across Fort Smith, Sallisaw, and Poteau. We'll get up into the low 80s across the rest of northwest Arkansas as we go in towards tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Going in towards Columbus Day morning, temperatures will still be on the mild side. We're looking at low temperatures to get anywhere from the mid to low 60s. Overall, taking a look at the temperature trend though, for the River Valley, we'll still be warmer both Sunday and Monday. Going in towards Tuesday, we get a little bit closer to average, and then we start to cool down as we go in towards the later part of the week and the beginning of next weekend. Temperature trend for northwest Arkansas, temperatures average right around 72. We'll be about 10 degrees warmer than that, though, for the Columbus Day holiday. We'll get into right around the mid-70s by Tuesday, closer to 80 Wednesday and Thursday, cooling down possibly into the upper 60s by Saturday. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, not too much going on here. Plenty of sunshine through much of the rest of the week. Not really too much in the way of really any rain chances either. Low temperatures also could be in the 40s too as we go Columbus Day in towards early Tuesday morning too. Take a look at the 7-day for the River Valley. Very similar sunny song and dance, my friends. We're looking at temperatures right around the low 80s through about Tuesday and Thursday. And then we're cooling down into the mid-70s as we go towards Friday and Saturday. So overall, starting to feel a little bit like summer, but then capping off the week a little bit more like fall.
Well, and you don't picture Columbus Day as a day where you really want to like get on the boat and in the lake because it's October.
Yeah, really, you could like go out and get your tan on or go snorkeling or swimming for that matter.
I mean, pools aren't open, so lakes are about your only option at this point.
That's true. Just go get your wakeboard ready and go.
Okay, perfect, Sean. Thanks. Well, in news where you live, family and friends can get out and enjoy the annual Fall Festival in Van Buren this weekend. You'll find close to 100 vendors along Main Street. That means Main Street will be blocked off due to the festival. There will also be live entertainment at the Fall Festival throughout the weekend. The Fall Festival wraps up tomorrow afternoon. Happening in Fayetteville today, you can fish for free. That's happening at Lake Fayetteville and Lake Sequoia. Get in on the action because it's only one of 2 weekends a year that the city allows people to fish for free. Daily use fees will be waived at both lakes throughout Sunday night. A unique event happened earlier today in Fort Smith. Dozens of teams gathered out at the Fort Smith Park to compete on dragon boats. Some came from as far as Little Rock, and it's all for a good cause. 5 News reporter Esther Castro was at the event earlier and has more.
Crowds cheered as dragon boats raced along the Arkansas River all day today. People came out to support a good cause, while many dressed up in costumes. Many of the racers had never paddled before this morning. However, they tell us they were excited to jump in the boat with their teams to help raise money to support the Hamilton House. The festivities kicked off at 9 a.m. at Fort Smith Park. Over $40,000 has been raised so far. There were 4 dragon boats out for teams of 20 to rotate, with at least 8 women on each boat. We spoke with one of the racers who says it's her first time competing.
It was a little challenging to find 20 people that would commit to doing something like this and keep them committed, because this is maybe an all-day event, but we were able to do it, and it's just an exciting new thing and a wonderful thing for our town.
All of the proceeds go to the Hammonds House, which supports children going through domestic abuse. And Mercy Hospital is also one of the main sponsors of the event. A unique event in Colorado, the annual pumpkin shooting contest, is going on this weekend. 18 teams from around the country are in Aurora, Colorado, competing in the annual 2015 Pumpkin Chunking Contest. The engineering teams say it takes them hundreds of hours and thousands of dollars to build the massive pumpkin launchers. Some of the machines can shoot a pumpkin up to a half-mile away.
Pumpkin chunking it's creative engineering. It's just guys that want to get together and figure out the best way to get their pumpkin downrange as far as possible.
The Pumpkin Chunkin features 7 rounds of competition before a champion is crowned tomorrow afternoon. And coming up, Arkansas trying to come away with their first win in Tuscaloosa since 2003. A look at what can happen if the Hogs do that next in sports.
Ellen's all over here excited about her Cubs fans. Well, I'm a White Sox fan, so I don't know if I can really stay too close to you. Otherwise, we're looking at sunshine really through the rest of the week and into the rest of next weekend, too. Cooler temperatures by Friday and Saturday.
All right, thanks, Sean. The rivalry continues. And thanks for joining us. Remember to head to 5newsonline.com for the latest headlines and weather. Have a good night. We'll see you back here in the morning.